Hello, this is Mike Lively, and welcome to video 2 on air and Ajax. And in the last video, we learned that Ajax was not about the cleaning of fluid, but about programming. And so what we did in the previous video was to go through the basics of setting up Dreamweaver. So in this first video, we defined what Ajax was, and then went through the first 4 steps here. We got Dreamweaver, we downloaded and installed Adobe Air, we grabbed the free SDK, and we downloaded and installed the Adobe Air development tools. We built a simple site and called it Hello Ajax. We created a site by going to New Site, and we saved the main file, or this particular file, in that site, so we could actually work with it. And when you actually create a site, you actually get Dreamweaver talking to that site. And so if you bring this panel up right here, you can see that we do have the main file now in our Dreamweaver site. We're going to actually be putting other files in there, and as we move along here, we'll explain what we're doing. So what I actually want to do now is go to the next step, and we want to actually create an Air site, and then we want to add JavaScripting to it. And so we want to go to Site, and the whole reason I installed the Dreamweaver development tools were so I could get these two little tags right here, Air Application Settings and Create Air File. So what I want to do is I want to go to the Air Application Settings and just click on that. And when I do, up comes this panel, and I actually want to start filling out everything that I need to do to create an Air application. So let's go and give it a file name, and that is Video Demo 1. That's fine. Let's give the application a name. We'll just call this Video Demo. Video Demo Hello World. That's good. I want to give it a unique ID, and you can do that using reverse syntax. So I'll go org lively 3D and Video Demo 1. So we've got a unique ID here, and I want to find the initial content. So I go to the main file, and there it is, already keyed in because I've defined the site already. So and you can see immediately below we have 2 files that were included, and main was included when I clicked upon that. Now, what is the main application file? What is that .xml file? That, in a sense, is this descriptor file for the Air application. And in that descriptor file, everything I need to instance sew that Air application together is in that. So what we're going to do is talk about that descriptor file in a few moments. We're actually going to show you how this is done in Adobe Flash Builder, and look at the file there. It's the same file. And so now I have my 2 files right here, and I can set the size right here. I got 800 by 600. I can make it smaller or larger. I can actually change to Chrome. I can select an icon if I want to. We won't do that at this point. And a little bit lower, I need to do something very important. I need to come up with a digital signature. And what the heck is that? Now, one of the dangers of Air applications is that they have total access to your operating system. So you need to know who you're getting your Air application from. I mean, you can do anything. If you give me an Air application and I don't know who it came from, and I install it on my computer, it can do horrible things to me, okay? So what I want to do is make sure I know where that is coming from, and there's something called VeriSign. And what VeriSign is, it's actually a company that's going to give me a secure certificate. So when I get something that goes to VeriSign, I know that that is secure. I know that who I'm getting it from can be trusted, and that company is actually paying VeriSign a bit of money actually to get that secure certificate. Now, what happens if you don't have the money or you don't have a secure certificate? Well, then you can actually do a self-signed certificate. So when I get that Adobe Air application, it'll say unknown, and so that means take caution because you may be putting something on your computer that can do you harm. But so in that case, I need to know who I'm getting the Air application from to make sure that person is trusted. But to absolutely know if that is a trusted Air app, you need to make sure you've gone through VeriSign. And so let's create a self-signed certificate so I can move on with this because I'm not going to use mine here. So we're going to Set. And in that, I can actually create my own certificate. So I'm going to create one. So I'm going to actually hit Create here. And when I do that, I'm going to give one a name. I'm going to just call it Mike Lively. That'll be a publisher name. And my self-sign, we'll call it self-sign. And we'll do the next one. We'll do the same name or organization name. And we'll say NKU. I used to be the director of instructional design there. Why not? And we need to give it a password. So we'll call it whatever you want to give it. Wouldn't want you to give my password out, so whatever you decide that password should be, because you're going to use it to sign back in. And then we want to save that, so we'll go to a Browse and Save As. We want to put this in the video folder, video demo folder that we put everything else in, the main HTML file and so forth. So I'll call this my cert, okay? Or let's call it my SS for self-signed cert. And there we go, and we'll go ahead and hit OK. And if everything's good, I should get this message right here, which says I've succeeded. Very good. I'll hit OK. And then I want to actually sign in with my SS Cert. You see it's right there. And use that password I put in. And real quick here, we want to remember the password for this session. And we don't want to check timestamp if we're not connected to the web. So we're going to assume we're not connected to the web. I won't check that. And I'm going to hit OK. And if everything goes, I should now be able to create an Air application. So I'm going to come down here, go to Create Air App, and it's creating video demo hello Air App. Very good. Looks like everything succeeded. Let's go ahead and take a look at the file structure and see if it's there. And I don't see anything here, but let's go ahead and hit the refresh button. And there's all the neat stuff in there. There's my Air application. That's my main app. There's my cert that I just created. And here's my video demo. Now, when I click on that, that's going to install that on my computer. Let's go ahead and do that and see what I get. So what I'm going to do is actually go to the file where all this is. And I've actually put that on my desktop on the JavaScript folder, just right here. And I've actually put that on the desktop in my JavaScript folder. Now you see all these icons on my desk? Don't do as I do as I say. Don't do that. Make sure you have fewer icons than I do. That's about a week's work right there anyway. So anyway, I'll come right here, and all this is in the Air.js folder. And here's a video demo folder. And in that, there's my Air application. Now when I click on that, let's see what happens. So I double clicked and I suddenly got this installation, and what it's telling me, hey, this is not secure. Are you sure you want to install this application onto your computer? The publisher is unknown, and this is the name, and it's saying the publisher is unknown, the application cannot be determined. Hey, you're gonna run into trouble possibly here. Of course, I created it myself, so I can do that, and anything you get from me you can trust. I'm not going to send out viral software. But maybe someone would take one of my applications and or maybe send you an application and say it was from me. And how would you know it was absolutely from me unless it was VeriSign? So that's the whole point there, guys. Be very careful installing unknown software. So continue. I'm going to install this, and it's going to install it for me. And it's Hello Ajax. Woohoo! But you know what? We got Hello Ajax, but we ain't got no Ajax. So now we got to put some Ajax in here, and that's by putting the JavaScript alias file in there. So let's do that right now. So earlier in this tutorial, I had you download the JavaScript SDK. Let's go back to that, and you put that somewhere on your computer. We want to click on that JavaScript SDK, and we want to go to Frameworks, and we want to go to Libraries, and we go to Air, and inside that there's an Air alias JavaScript. Now if you open that up, there's just all types of wonderful and good things in there that you're going to use in a sense to wrap the various JavaScript functions in and Adobe functions in to talk back and forth very easily. We're going to do a lot of that through this video tutorial series, so you'll see it work very well. You're also going to learn about something called the Spry architecture. So the next video, we're actually going to put this inside of the HTML file that we created, and we're going to show you how to get Ajax running in Adobe Air application. Hey, thanks for listening. This is Mike Lively. I'll see you next time.